The trials of Prince Zagreus have only just begun. Ah, now this is something, lad. I'd hate to think that you've returned to bring me this just for my sake. Though I'm grateful, really.
You've always been there for me, Achilles. Even when Father pushed me away. This is nothing. I don't think I can ever repay you. You have to tell me more about this pact you signed, Achilles. You and Patroclus. So you're doomed to never be together then?
You must safeguard the details of it, lad. Although it's not as bad as you make out. I ensure Patroclus is provided for. We wouldn't have been together anyway. Initially, he wasn't sent into Elysium, you see.
There has to be a way for me to make this right. Not just for him. For you.
You've other pressing matters to attend to, lad. And Patroclus and I have ample time to wait this out. I know you mean well, but do not discuss this matter with your father now. I fear that it could make things worse. Do you understand?
I do. I think.
I met her, you know. Persephone, I mean. You look more like your father, but you have her eyes. One of them, anyway.
You never spoke of her to me. You must have known. You kept the truth from me, same as Nyx.
It's not like that. I didn't know any more than you. Besides, Lord Hades ordered all of us to never speak of her again. I thought it just a bad relationship. I didn't realize she left her son.
Something tells me Father wouldn't let her take me even if she wanted.
Maybe so. But even still, she did abandon you. Your family's here, if you ask me. But I can understand that. You need answers.
Father, I met an oak nymph called Eurydice. You know her name, I think. Is it really true what happened between her and Orpheus? They say you almost let her out, so why not me?
Pah! Orpheus is a talented musician and a fool. I knew he would never get his beloved wife out of here. There's no escape for her or anyone, including you.
So you tricked him. Or maybe offered him a deal in bad faith. No matter. What's it going to take to waive the separation order between them?
That's non-negotiable, boy. Waiving a separation order. That's a veritable fortune in dues alone. Off the table. Now go mind your own affairs and leave the waiving and the ordering to me.
I've decided I should give this singing thing another shot for now, my friend. I hope you like it.
This is amazing, mate. You sing quite beautifully with or without your muse.
How kind of you, my friend. It's just seeing you carry on like this time after time. I was reminded I ought to get on with my existence too, such as it is right now.
Lastly, Dusa, you are not permitted to address the prince unless first spoken to. You are invisible to him. Now, are we understood?
Yes, Miss Nyx. We're understood. I understand. I'll be going then.
Oh no. Hey, Skelly.
Look here, pal. I can't just keep accepting these from you. Now, when they're paying me already, I got standards to uphold, you know?
I will look the other way if you do, mate. Now here, or else.
The heavy sleeping underworld prince arises, with the feeling that the brief nap he intended as a respite from the rigors of the day or night apparently was none too brief at all.
I'm late for work. Father's going to kill me.
Responsibility rejecting Zagreus strides down his father's hall, quite unconcerned about the urgency with which he is expected to behave under a set of circumstances such as this.
Going as fast as I can, you hurry up.
The door to the administrative chamber beckons just beyond the hall. The prince perchance believes that he may enter quietly, without drawing the notice of those laboring within.
You better not give me away, old man.
Suggest you hurry in there, lad. Talk later. Let's not keep your father waiting.
Sorry.
The day or night's duties are sheer simplicity itself. At least at first, as when the prince simply signs in to signal the commencement of a shift.
Oh, gods.
Get on with your response.
The often failing prince attempts to sort the ledgers in the fashion necessary for the proper keeping of his father's realm.
Damn it.
That is not correct.
Security reports concerning failed escape attempts from Tartarus require timely verification and official response, neither of which Prince Zagreus is fit to give.
Incorrect.
The hard-laboring shades responsible for the administration of the prince's father's realm merely look on at the prince's ill-fated attempts.
Oh, come on.
That's
The relaxation-loving prince never paid suitably enough attention to learn properly how to arrange the record bookings of the regions of his father's realm.
Doesn't make any sense.
wrong again.
This set of delicate responsibilities is easily achieved, at least by someone capable and trained to do the work, unlike the oft-distracted Underworld Prince.
What?
Do you not remember anything I taught?
A careful record must be kept of all expenses paid within the house. A delicately handled tabulation process, which the prince is ill-equipped to fully undertake.
No, wrong.
Records of expired house contractor renovations line a desk in the administrative chamber, though the prince has absolutely no desire now to organize them alphabetically by date.
None whatsoever, yes.
At last, the work-disliking prince records a summary of the results of his attempts to be of any use to the administrative needs of his grim father's house.
Okay, I'm done. So, can I go yet, Father?
Not only were you late again, but then you also failed to perform even the simplest tasks that I had asked repeatedly that you complete. How many chances do you need at this? I am too lenient with you.
Too lenient? Instead of lambasting me non-stop, have you considered maybe training me some more to do this fascinating work to your satisfaction? You'll forgive me if I didn't memorize every laborious detail the last time you performed your monologue about how all this works.
Excuse me? If I'm not mistaken, you're deflecting your incompetence toward me? As though the goddess of wisdom herself has come to aid you in your time of need. I could replace you here and now with any number of simple shades hungry to work here.
Then why don't you? I don't want any of this. I'm not the one who drew the short lot with your brothers and got stuck here forever. Why am I having to do this senseless parchment pushing for you?
Why are you stuck? You're not. You're fired. I was wrong to think you were prepared to take on any responsibility at all. And don't you ever invoke your uncles here again, or I'll have you cast into the lowest pits of Tartarus. Now get out of my administration and my sight.
At least I can't be late for that job anymore. Skelly, is it really true you don't want to talk about how you got here? Just curious who you used to be, what you were like, your real name.
Hey, what makes you think this isn't my real name, pal? I'm offended.
Sorry, what I meant was, I was just interested to get to know you better, after all you've done to help. Anything you can share? Trade you for a detail about me.
Well, all right. I was once a commander of men. Name of Skelly, captain of the Cretan Second Fleet, sailing on Athens under King Minos. We were unstoppable. But then one day, one wrong turn, and we sailed straight into the waters of Charybdis.
Skelly, that's incredible. So then, you and your crew, you perished at sea.
Boy, yo, you were something else, you know. All that Skelly stuff, I could have had you eating out of my hand for days.
Oh, I get it. You got me. Fine then, Skelemius, but I don't appreciate the trick.
Oh, but I do.
That underworld of yours This place is a real pit, isn't it, Zag? A shame you're stuck down there. But we are gonna get you out of there together, you and I.
Why, you wield Coronach the Heartseeker. I never took you for an archer, though the power of that bow is undeniable. Use it wisely.
I trust the small ground catalyst which I provided you has been of value some Hades. It is my hope it makes your journeys to this space less difficult, perhaps inducing them on a more frequent interval.
Please be Meg. Lovely.
You! I've got to admit, you're really frustrating, you know, Redblood? What is it going to take to make you scream,
What, you mean to say Meg never told you? And here I thought you two were close.
Well, we'll find out. I've got plenty of ideas left I've been meaning to try.
Hey, I once heard Lord Hades has in his employ the greatest hero of the Trojan War. You happen to know anything about that? I'm kind of a fan. You see Achilles tell him he's the best for me.
My chaos bone switched to
Guess what, cuz? It's the Premium Express delivered straight to you, fresh from the richest mountaintop up here. You're gonna like this.
Look, Eurydice, I promise not to bother you with this each time, but you should know your husband's shattered by what happened with the two of you. He's genuinely sorry, and he loves you very deeply still, I'm sure of it.
What am I supposed to do with that, Your Royal Majesty?
I don't know yet. Though you know what? You shouldn't take my word for it. You should take his.
Don't think I'll be running into him anytime soon, from what I understand. But you're the Hades kid. You want to pull some strings on our behalf? Go right ahead, I guess. But I won't hold my breath. Even if I could.
Nothing comes freely for the mortals on the surface, nephew. And from the sound of things, it isn't any different with that Charon character.
He's never going to return to me, is he? He's in your father's service now. He's never getting out. Neither are you.
No, that's not acceptable to me. None of it.
How bold. So what do you intend to do? You're leaving anyway.
I'll figure something out. But you do something for me in the meantime. Don't give in to what you're feeling now, all right? Achilles loves you still, like you don't know.
Does he? I'm past the point of making promises, but I pray the fates help you in your endeavors there.
I am always prepared to fight whoever dares oppose me.
The goddess Demeter.
Someday you'll gain the surface, Zagreus, and you shall see firsthand what mortal kind has wrought. You'll find it has some commonality with your domain.
Our sworn enemy! What's this? Our enemy has come to mock us, Asterius. He holds the yarn of Ariadne and would flaunt it in our faces.
What, this? I just picked it out of a well. Was supposed to help me get here. No offense intended, more than usual. What's it to you?
As if you wouldn't know. That yarn is a token of days long gone, when Asterius and I battled in the labyrinth to the death. Together we now face a greater threat. Attack us if you dare!
Pleasure doing business.
I trust your ferry boatman Charon has no qualms about the freezing temperatures up here?
I don't think I'll ever get accustomed to the breeze.
Come all this way again to fall to me. Would that you paid me such respects back at the house.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you come in. Welcome back.
What do you think of all the lounge decor there, Meg? Looking a little better these days, wouldn't you say?
You know, it isn't bad. Though I have heard the strangest thing. That you're responsible for all of this. I couldn't understand why you would even bother, honestly.
Well, it's a popular locale for off-duty underworld officers to take a load off between shifts, and so I figure least I could do is pitch in and make the place a little better than I left it, right?
How very selfless of you, Zagreus. Soon, doubtless, it'll be your portrait hanging on that wall back there.
Oh no, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Meg.
I must confess something to you, my friend. My mind still wanders to Eurydice quite often, and my memories of her, despite my best attempts to move along with my existence here. I would call it a fatal flaw, except I am already dead.
Don't torture yourself, mate. You've been through enough, as has she. You still care for one another, just don't have a way to get the point across. But I have an idea.
I too once had ideas, Zagreus. Ideas and inspirations. It was so very wonderful to have a muse.
I know. Miss Dusa, I wanted to cordially invite you to an outing in the lounge. Remember when you asked me about a drink?
Oh, really? What, you mean right now? I guess I'm overdue to take a break. And, well, since I don't exactly fit the mold of your traditional Gorgon, I mean, I have no body, for example. I had trouble finding work. That is until Lord Hades took me in, and then I met you, and, well, I just love this job.
Oh, I can definitely relate to at least some of that.
Thanks, Your Highness. Prince Zagreus.
Bye for now.
An object intricately carven solely for the purposes of recreation now resides within the pleasure-seeking prince's chambers, although his lack for an opponent limits its appeal.
Face me yourself, old man.
With its just right softness and death-themed embroidery, the new bedding of Prince Zagreus is the envy of all those who wish to rest in peace.
Already bought it. No need to sell me on it, old man.
You bear my owl pendant, noble cousin. Wherever it should go, I faintly see it shimmer from afar, even where you reside. For owls see in total darkness, after all.
While you are wielding Zagreus, the rail of adamant. A most fascinating device. Imagine the new face of war should its secrets someday be revealed and spread to mortal kind.
Now that is an entirely unusual design, even for Zagreus. So then the waking phrase has worked. That aspect bearer, Lucifer, was it? Struck his own Lord Father. Tried to, anyway. A not uncommon story, it would seem.
Persephone.
I can't believe you got into a fight with my professional associate. You after something, cuz. Just about everybody that I know, they're all at least a little bit afraid of that one in his boat. Yet you think you can take him, huh?
Gods want me to pick a favorite.
So, Zag, you met my dad by now, your Uncle Zeus. He's cool and loves of feasting. Just be sure to keep him in your thoughts, okay?
Young man, I don't know why you would do this to me, though I trust you're going to think twice next time. Do not spurn me again like that, you hear me, young man? I think you do. So let's put this to bed and move along.
Something's amiss.
Looks like I got here just in time. We'll catch up later. Now let's deal with these wretches and be done.
I'll take it.
Some members of our family do not yet fully understand just how precarious your situation is, cousin. My Lord Dionysus here. He goes about as though this is a festive matter of some sort.
Oh, come on, Athena, girl. You really mean to tell me that discovering a long-lost relative isn't a cause for celebrating right away? I mean, you can't be telling me a thing like that. Because if Zag isn't a cause for feasting, I don't know what is.
You're strong, short one. But I'm just as obstinate as you. I sense you have in your possession that fine shell I sent you. A little gift plucked straight out of the sea. You keep it close so I can better track you down.
Not
not in the mood for conversation now, stranger.
So, by the gods of Olympus, you'll go no further on your wicked quest.
You know, I've only heard the tales of the gigantic, vicious, flesh-eating vermin up there near the surface. Now I guess we both know that those tales are definitely true.
Definitely true.
A moment, lad. Lad, all this generosity, I'm just an old killer. Yet you treat me like I'm the one who's royalty around here. That's about the last thing I would have expected when first I set foot in this house.
You were a great hero, Achilles. And guess what? You still are. And always will be, if you ask me. You deserve so much better than just this. I wish there was more that I could do.
Thank you, then. And do not worry about me. I'm fortunate to be here. And besides, a teacher couldn't have asked for a better pupil.
Other way around. Achilles, I discovered the hidden aspect of the adamant rail after Lord Zeus himself told me the waking phrase. It's from a winged fellow by the name of Lucifer. Apparently had a bit of a falling out with his Lord Father. Wonder how that worked out for him.
Huh. Perhaps it's from a time even before the Olympians rebelled against the Titans. But I've never heard of any Lucifer, with or without wings. Suggests to me perhaps that falling out of his did not work out so well.
I'll take it as a warning. Even the rail has its limits. Hey, Than. Come join me in the lounge for old time's sake. Coast is clear. The work can wait.
You're really asking me to join you for a drink? I mean, you know what? Sure. The work can wait. I somehow knew, you know? I always knew you weren't going to stay. You were so restless here. You just needed a reason to leave. And I hoped you wouldn't find one this quickly. Ugh, what am I saying? You have no idea.
No, I know exactly what you're saying, Than. I'm sorry that I'm putting you through all of this. It's something that I have to do. But I'm glad we know the truth about me now. Maybe we can move on from there.
I've always lacked your optimism, Zag. Anyway, the work has waited long enough. I need to get back to it. Thanks for the drink. Watch yourself out there, Zagreus. I have to go.
See you, Than. You know, Father, I must say, ransacking your domain beats having to toil endlessly in the administrative chamber. Far less painful, really.
Ah, is that your way of asking me for your old job back, boy? You were a scourge upon every administrative duty to which you were assigned.
Yes, please, Father, give me back my old, wretched job, won't you?
Privileges are earned and not begged for, boy. Unless you plan to reimburse this house for all the income that we lost because of you, then you shall not so much as set foot in the administrative chamber again.
How much is the reimbursement fee, anyway?
Whichever exorbitant amount the house contractor has on record. Now leave me be.
Dusa, you must work harder than anyone in this house, keeping everything so neat and orderly. I don't think it should be thankless work, so thank you. And I'd like for you to have this.
Oh, Prince, wow, thank you. Thanks so much. You've been so generous. I think I'm speechless. No, can't think of anything to say right now.
Oh, you said it all. Don't mean to put you on the spot or anything. I'm just glad we've had a chance to get to know each other.
I'm glad we've had a chance to know each other, too. Thanks for the nectar. I can tell it's really, really good. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Somehow I always knew, you know, that you were not my birth mother. I mean, look at Hypnos and Thanatos. There's no way that I could have been related to them. Everybody knew, and yet, when I finally learned for certain, it was still a shock.
I always knew, in turn, that you would learn the truth of it eventually, and I was fearful of what would occur after that time arrived. I'm grateful it has come and gone. Though, tell me, I still find I call you child. Is your preference that I cease to use such terms from this point on?
No, Nix, please, it's quite all right. You may not have given birth to me, but you still cared for me. I never doubt that. Likewise, are you sure it's all right that I continue to address you by name?
It is more than all right, my child.
Hey, I'm back.
Ah, you're kidding, what? Sometimes, boyo, you make me feel alive again, you know that? Being honest with you here, I'm grateful, really.
If not for you, my friend, I'd have no one to viciously attack with no fear of reprisal whatsoever.
A little bird once told me that the shade of the great hero called Achilles now resides within your father's residence, dearest. I always wish to meet with him someday.
The charms of goddess Aphrodite are upon you unmistakably. Although I shall be curious to see if her command over one's sense of love shall have any effect beneath the earth.
Hello there, Dionysus.
Oh, hey, you must have had a run-in with the lovely Aphrodite, am I right or am I right there, Zag? But I had just the thing to go with her.
Ahoy, what's new of late? Why, Prince, you being serious right now? Is that from me?
You deserve better, Sisyphus. This really isn't much, but maybe it'll help you while away the days, nights, whatever time it is. Sisyphus, have you had run-ins with Tisiphone the Fury here before? She isn't much for conversation, I don't think.
Tisiphone? Why, yes, I have in fact, Prince said. She's visited on multiple occasions, truth be told. So she's back, is she?
She is, although I think she's back to deal with me. I'll have to keep her plenty busy just in case.
Appreciated, Prince. Of all the Fury sisters, she's the one I would least care to see. But if she does stop by, you know, that's how it goes.
Let's hear it.
Your predicament has pulled our family together, united in a desire to assist you, cousin. Even those who typically do not think much of those other than themselves.
Oh, if only I had wisdom such as yours, Athena dear, so that I was more capable of picking up on subtle jabs and insults such as that. You're not fooling anybody with your feigned benevolence, you know.
The world is not all lies and deceit as you make it out to be, Aphrodite. Sometimes a lending of assistance is no more than it appears to be. Now either back up Zagreus or stand aside.
As soon as I heard you were looking to see Ares, boss, I got here as fast as I could. He's never going to beat me, much less in all that armor.
One of my boons got stronger.
Yeah, I'm into it. I bet that Charon has to be the life of every feast you have down there with such a personality. Am I not right about that, man?
I sense that you have forged a greater bond with your instruments of destruction there, my kin. Then that is very good, and may their altered forms serve you quite well.
If you had given due consideration to this matter, then I doubt you would have chosen this outcome. I'd say I've bickered with you quite enough for now, cousin. Let us continue down a more productive path.
Your name, it means great hunter, Zagreus. I guess your mother Nyx must have expected someday that you'd pick up a few pointers from myself.
You must forgive us, little godling, meaning our extended family here upon Olympus. Some of us are terribly stuck up and must be making matters much more complicated than they have to be.
I wonder, dearest Aphrodite, whether you'd be willing to repeat such things directly to my countenance.
Oh, you must know full well that I would do much more than that directly to your countenance, Athena dear. Quite frankly, you could use a lot of work.
I guess there's only one thing left to do. Isn't that so, Father?
The blade of the underworld cannot help you here. You realize that, boy? Were it not for all my wretched kin upon Olympus, you... Why, you...
There.